Good day, viewers, and welcome to this maiden edition of the State of Emergency. I feel that we in Africa, most especially Nigeria, are in a state of emergency about a silent war that many of us are not even aware that war is raging on. And at this moment, I want to focus on the bashing Nigerians are receiving on the internet by other Africans. You see, when you pick on a nation or on a group of people and label them with a bad name, you are only creating a conducive environment for the whole world to leash their anger, their vengeance, or their frustration on that set of people, to lynch them. And that's what's actually going on on the internet right now, most especially against Nigerians. All the way from South Africa down to Ghana, there is a big hatred for Nigeria, and you have to ask yourself the question, why? What have the Nigerians done to deserve that? Now, some people are pushing the narrative that Nigerians are criminals, but you know that is false, because not every Nigerian person that you know engages on criminal activity. We have many Nigerians that are doing good all over the world, doing good things, you know. And so how do you come to the conclusion or the ratio to label Nigerians as criminals and therefore have all this bad thing to say about them? And some people, some YouTubers, make it their prerogative to go and look for stories wherever something bad, wherever a Nigerian has done something bad, they take it and spread it abroad. They put it on the YouTube and they use it as the theme of their talk, of their YouTube show. And this, I think, is very bad. And not just that it's very bad, it shows the ignorance of those who are pushing this narrative, because they do not know, the forces behind what they are doing. They think they are thinking and they are in charge of their thoughts, but they don't know people have thought for them and has programmed Africa, for Africa to destroy itself, to explode from within. That's really what is going on. But you don't really know. Now you have to ask yourself, so from what time did this narrative about Nigeria start? It started when Nigeria was a giant in Africa. When Nigeria's economy was good, its leadership was good. But these people wanted Nigeria down. And today, you are one of their instruments peddling that narrative. I mean, it might be difficult for you to understand, but I'll give you a simple example. Why is it that, when you go into social media, you realize that in the social media, all your information, you deliberately give things that you're supposed to guard. Your information, your name, your age, your picture, your location, and everything, you put it out there on the social media. But you don't know that there are some people behind the scene of all the social medias that have all this information of yours and uses that information of yours against your own interests. You gave it to them freely, but you don't know what they do with that information. So that wherever you are in this world, if they want to get you, they can easily get you. Such people that have such power, they are also the one behind the medias of the world, and they use the media to push some narratives against countries that they don't want to see rise up, especially countries in like African countries that are rising up, that is a threat to their interests. And Nigeria seems to be one of such countries, if you know the characters of Nigeria. So you, as an African, pushing the narrative against Nigeria as Nigerians are criminals, Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that, you are not doing Nigeria any justice. You are not a lover of Nigeria. As a matter of fact, you're actually a hater of Nigeria. And I promise you, history will not be kind to you in the future when these same videos you are playing, you are making, are being played, and you will be judged. Another example is what is happening in Ghana right now. So in Ghana, there are this Nigerian community in Ghana. And among the Nigerian community is a man who rose up to say he is the king of all the Nigerians of a certain tribe in Ghana. He wants to be their king. And so he bought a piece of land to build an estate in Ghana. And so people of Ghana, some people in Ghana, not everybody in Ghana, some people in Ghana are angry about this and then are fighting that Nigerians must go. Nigerians should go back to their country. They don't want Nigerian king in Ghana. First of all, while I don't want to sound derogatory to Ghanaians, because I have a lot of Ghanaians who are very good people, who are very good friends of mine. I've associated with Ghanaian. Ghanaian people are wonderful. Ghanaian people are very beautiful. But these people that are pushing this narrative in Ghana, I think we need to educate them. We need to let them understand that the Nigerians who are in Ghana have not come to claim Ghana. They have not come to stay in Ghana forever and ever. The man who bought the piece of land in Ghana is just like any other man. He's just like any other human being who buys a piece of land. He says that he's king of the Igbos in Ghana. He's only king to those who recognize him. He's not a real king. His kingship is not to compare with the kingship of the Ashantis or the kingship of any indigenous king in Ghana. He is a visitor to Ghana, for crying out loud. He is not a real king. He's just a representative, or he's a king. He's not a real king. First of all, the Igbo people in Nigeria do not really have kings. The Igbo people are not ruled by monarchs. They have what they call Igwe. But when you watch Nigerian movie and you see those Igwes, the Igwe is only Igwe in his village. There is no king for the Igbos. It does not exist. The Igbos are democratic in nature. They rule themselves by age grades in their little communities, in their little autonomous communities. There is no king in Igbo land. So when he comes to Ghana and says he's a king of all the Igbos, it's just a ceremonial representative thing. It's not a real thing. He has no real powers. Ghanaian government also knows this, that the king, the so self-acclaimed Igbo king in Ghana has no powers. He has no power to call the police. He has no army. He has nothing to control anybody. Everything he does is based on his money. He can only be king in that little land that he bought. I mean, he's not even a real king, for crying out loud. He has no subjects. So what's the issue? What's the issue? For all of you making all these videos against this Igbo king in Ghana, Igbo people are not from Ghana in the first place. So how can one really be a true king in Ghana? He's not from Ghana. He's from Nigeria. So therefore, he cannot really be a king in Ghana. So it's a ceremonial thing. It's a ceremonial chief to guide the Igbos in Ghana. So therefore, he is under the subjection of Ghanaian laws, is under the subjection of Ghanaian police, Ghanaian army, Ghanaian government. He is just like a regular person in Ghana. What's the problem? That begs the question, is it really true because he says that he's king that people are angry? Or is it because the Igbo people are progressive? The Igbo people are making progress in this world that people are angry? We have to ask that question. Because if this man says that he's the Igbo king in Ghana, blah, 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 and you don't like it in Ghana, you could channel your grievances to the man and say the government should arrest the man, the police should try him, and then you find it in your constitution what law he has broken. When he says that he is the king in Ghana, has he broken the law? So if he has broken the law, then you prosecute him according to the law. But if he has not broken the law, why leave the man and start attacking traders? What's the connection between the man that said he's king in Ghana and the traders who are selling clothes, shoes, food items on the street? What's the connection? That boils down to say, is it really hate for a people that is driving this whole thing? And now, since that news is spreading everywhere, people in other countries, in Kenya, in South Africa, are also finding it other reason now to say they have a hatred, to say something against Nigerians. They now feel it is right to kill Nigerians, to kill people from Nigeria, to label them as drug pushers, as something, one thing or the other. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, I just want to say this to you. we might not be, you may say that we are not brothers, you may want to agree, accept that, but all of us are blacks as people from Africa and whatever. But what you are doing to Nigerians today may one day be done unto you. Just think about that. And also realize, if we are thinking properly, you realize that you are doing today, some other people have done it before against Nigeria also. But only that those people weren't Africans. But now we are doing this to ourselves, we Africans by ourselves. Today is the turn of Nigeria. You're doing this to Nigeria. Nigeria will leave South Africa, but you guess what? Another person, another group will come. Maybe there will be people from Zimbabwe. Maybe there will be people from Zimbabwe. They will come to Nigeria, and you will do the same thing to people from Zimbabwe. Maybe there will be from Zambia. You will do the same thing to people of Zambia. Maybe there will be Ethiopians. Ethiopians may come to South Africa and prosper. You will also drive them away. And you're doing this today. One day, you yourself will find yourself in another country, and the table will turn, and then we'll see.